Hello, all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining the today's live session. Let's get started with the Bitcoin update. BTC is currently trading around $90,000 on 400. So, as we predicted in my previous live session, it's going to accumulate between a price range between 90,000 to 2,000 before it reaching out and reclaim the $100,000 zone. So currently taking the support at $90,000. Last night it went up $92,000, but got rejected here. So before it reclaiming it $100,000 zone, it's going to accumulate between a price range because on our 7th January last stream we told you guys that BTC is currently on going up from the last whole week from January 1st to January 6th. So a little bit of correction was expected. And this is what exactly happened, which we predicted in my previous live session. Currently taking a support at $90,000. It doesn't really hold at $90,000. We have a hourly chart here. Let me show you on the 4-hour chart. So it must have to hold above and accumulate above that $90,000. If it doesn't, the price might fall again toward like $84,000 to $86,000, which is not going to go good for the altcoin, especially for the low cap coin, because most of them are already trading around their bottom price. Let me have let me have a look on the Ethereum and other altcoin chart. Before that, there is a link given in your descriptions. If you are using that link, register on the Kucoin and trade for the sign up bonus, and there are some many of the other gifts for you guys. So if you using that link, if you trade using that link, there will be so much benefit for you. So let's get started. Let's move on to the next coin, which is going to be just a minute. There is some issue with the network connectivity. I can't really open any chart here. Yep, so there it is. Let me have a look on Ethereum. Ethereum is currently trading around $3,084. Let that chart expand here. Yep, so it is currently trading around $3,084, right? But the whole market, most of the altcoin, but all of the altcoin depends on Bitcoin movement. So yeah, we should keep eye on Bitcoin currently. If it break that support $90,000, that will not gonna go good for the altcoin. Let me have a look on Ethereum at on the coin market cap. Sorry, trading view. We have a already prepared chart here, so that would be easy to understand what the next could happen with the Ethereum. So currently trading around $30,080. It doesn't really have any strong support around here, but if BTC slips from 90,000, definitely Ethereum coming back at $3,000 support area. So we must keep eye on Ethereum currently. See how the SOL is doing. SOL is also trading around $136. It's between a price range between $120 to $145 from last several months. I guess last 2 months. Let me show you on the 4-hour candle. So yep, it's getting rejected again at $145. It becomes a strong resistance for the SOL. With volume, it could easily break out through, but yeah, it's need a huge volume. Plus, if BTC gets stable, no doubt it's going to break out through here. But the current market doesn't really seem stable from last several months. From I guess many of the coin from starting of the January 2025, a year back ago, most of them are continuously bleeding. And in the last 1 week, we saw a bit of recovery from 20% to 30% in the altcoin. It was actually a Bitcoin effect when Bitcoin went up, so it took all these altcoin with it. So it wasn't really any altcoin. Yeah, particular altcoin pump. It was Bitcoin effect actually. For the SOL, no doubt we can have some of the SOL for the long-term investment purpose, but for the short term, it could come back at the support level at $120 if Bitcoin doesn't really hold at $90,000. So yeah, if you have holding power, if you can hold for the long term purpose, definitely you can take entry into part. Make sure to do it in part. Do not put all your portfolio at once. So yeah, definitely it's a green signal for the sol. But if you're a short term trader, you can really hold for months or years. It definitely doesn't really market good for you. You should wait a bit unless it doesn't really break out through that resistance, or Bitcoin doesn't get stable between a price range. So yeah, we can keep eye on Bitcoin. Let me have another gem coin, which is going to be Uniswap, which is one of the largest crypto DEX out there. Currently trading around $5.4. It's also broke out its support level at $5.6. It has a strong support down there around $4.7. Right? Hopefully it doesn't really fall much and reclaim that its support, previous support. No doubt fundamentally coin is strong, one of the largest crypto DEX out there, and project like the Uniswap, they are going to survive forever in crypto. Many of the exchanges or the other DeFi projects it's collapsed, but project like Uniswap, they serve important purpose in crypto. They doesn't really have any risk or zero possibility of collapsing. Like project like Uniswap and many of out there like Ethereum, Sol, they are here to forever stay. We saw previously many of the projects like for example, let's say Luna, Terra Luna, AppTX, they collapsed in a single week. $1 billion company collapsed in a week. So anything could happen, but project like that, Uniswap, and there are many of the projects, they are here to stay forever. We can definitely have some of these unicorn too in our portfolio. There is also there's a link given in my live description. Using that, if you sign up on Kucoin or trade, you will get definitely some bonus. Also, there is some free rebate for you guys. So if your new year doesn't really have any exchange account, you can sign up on using that link. Let's move to the next gem coin, which is going to be XMR Monero. Let me show you on the weekly candle. Monero is actually a private blockchain. Adoption of the projects like Monero, which is a private blockchain. Any of the transactions that happening on the Monero blockchain, it can be traced, can be tracked by any centralized authority or the company itself. So many of the people using to be more anonymously on the blockchain. Many people use to launder fund. Sometimes hackers use it to break a chain between unlike the Solana or Ethereum, you can simply track any of the transaction or any of the activities happening on the Monero blockchain. So once you deposit your Ethereum on the Monero pool, you will get a Monero wallet freshly XMR loaded into it. So once you deposit your Ethereum Monero pool, the chain broke there, right? So you get a new freshly XMR loaded into it. So project has use case. The token has a utility because the XMR token is a native token of the Monero blockchain, right? They are serving important purpose in the Web3 space and the blockchain. Definitely have a great use case of the token. Active team, a working product. That's all what we looking in group project. So definitely we can have some of the XMR token too. It's currently facing its previous all-time high resistance. In the last bull cycle 2021, it made its all-time high around like $520. It tried again last week to break out through that. It couldn't, and it will try again. If any breakout happen at $120, if it creates its new all-time high, definitely going above $1,000. If the project has potential, I will choose a Monero over Solana, right? Solana have already gave us enough return. If you compare to the when it was the starting of the 2023 and how much high it went in 2025, it's almost like more than 30x and it has already generated. So I would go with the XMR rather than investing on Solana, definitely. So you can have some of these XMR token too. It's a green signal, but make sure to take entry into part. Do not put all your portfolio at once. So that's the best strategy you could follow. You can have some of the part of the which make sure to take it into part of all your strategy you could follow. Move to the next gem coin, which is going to be Aster. It's in Perpetual DEX offers leverage trade on their platform, similar to the hyperliquid hype coin. Let me have a look on the 4-hour chart here. It's also listed on the Kucoin. You can trade, buy, sell, whatever you want on the Kucoin using that link. If you sign up on the Kucoin using that link given in the description, there is some sign up bonus also. You'll get a free reward. If it doesn't have a Kucoin account, you can have one using that link. So as we're talking about the XMR, as we're talking about the Astro, it's a perpetual DEX. They offer 1001x leverage on the Bitcoin USDT pair. Right, adoption of the DEX like the adoption of the perpetual DEX like the similar hyperliquid Astro lighter. They're doing really good. The users on that platform is rapidly increasing. So definitely we can have some of the Astro token too, but it's kind of a little bit of risky. It was listed on the centralized exchanges around 3 months back in the October 2025. So it's recently listed token, so kind of a bit riskier or volatile. So if you can take risk, definitely you can have some of the Astro token too in your portfolio. Currently trading around $0.71. Could be a best time to take entry into it. So yep, we can have some of the Astro token too. If you don't really want to take much risk, you can go with the hype coin, which is similar to DX perpetual DEX, but it was the token of the hyperliquid was listed way back than the Astro, so it's a bit like safer compared to the Astro. It has a mature market cap of around $8 to $9 billion market cap, where Astro has around $1.5 billion market. Though also there is a huge difference between Astro and the hyperliquid, right? So if you don't really want to take much risk, you can have some of the hype token too. Currently trading around $24.39. Could be best pick for investing in long-term purpose. Also, it has a strong support around $21 to $18. We can have some of the hype token to in our portfolio. They offer leverage trade. Adoption of the DEX like the hyperliquid lighter and the Astro is rapidly increase, and you will find these three exchanges always on the top position by their volume, and they generate around like billions of dollar volume every day on that platform. So definitely the adoption of the DEX is rapidly increasing. People moving on the decentralized perpetual DEX. So currently trading around $24.39. If you really want to invest for the long-term purpose and want to play safe side, definitely you can go with the hype token. Let's move to the next gem coin, which is going to be Sui. It has its own blockchain. There was some news that they are going to launch their own private blockchain similar to the Monero. I didn't really go in depth, but there was some news. You can search it on Google. Currently trading around $0.8, right? So a perfect breakout and every state's already happened. So currently trading around its support level could be a best time to take entry into it. In the worst case, it could lose its support if Bitcoin doesn't hold around $90,000 or fall back to $94,000 or $95,000. The Sui token will going to be definitely lose its support, but no doubt Sui token has potential. It went up like 30% to 40% in the last 1 week from January 1st to January 6th. It was actually a Bitcoin effect. Bitcoin was really falling from last 3 months, and it got a little bit of like recovery. So it was actually a Bitcoin effect. For the sweet token, definitely we can have some of the sweet token too. Instead of investing coins like Pepe and coins like Shiba Inu meme coin, which they never, which they never when made to be treated like an asset, right? People are still holding Shiba Inu in the hope of that they will going to be rupees one or something, right? So, uh, meme coin meant just created this for fun purpose, for entertainment purpose, but people uh, treating them like an asset, like an yeah, with the treating lamp in the assets they're holding, but they're never meant to be hold. But so definitely we can have some of these. My English isn't really good enough for Flaction is still trying to learn, still trying to improve it. So for the sweet token, it's a green signal. We can have some of the sweet token too. But the total crypto market cap, it's total crypto market is definitely depends on Bitcoin currently. If it doesn't hold above $90,000, all of these altcoin is going to fall off Bitcoin. And BTC is manipulating all these altcoin because BTC has around 60% dominance over the market. Let me show you about Bitcoin dominance. Currently, Bitcoin dominance is much higher, around 60%. Let me show you on the weekly candle and compared to the where it was in previous bull cycle. So if you look at the previous Bitcoin dominance history, last bull cycle recently 2021, when the bull cycle at its peak, Bitcoin dominance was below 50%. It was around 50 to 40% when altcoin was booming. Once again, the 2018 bull run, while the altcoin was at its peak, again Bitcoin dominance was below 30, below 40 and 50%. So definitely compared to the last two bull cycles, Bitcoin dominance is currently too much high. If there is $100 invested in crypto, $60 only invested in Bitcoin only. So and the rest of the $40 distributed into all these also. And so the BTC domain much needed to be dropped. If Bitcoin gets stable between a price range or on a level, the volume will shift toward altcoin. So just all we are waiting for Bitcoin to get stable, get sideways for a moment, so altcoin can grow, altcoin can recover from the fall. For the Ethereum, definitely we can have some of the Ethereum token too. If you want to invest for the long-term purpose, a little bit of fall ups and downs shouldn't really affect your portfolio. If you have holding power, same as just we, same as like we invest in a real estate, like in a gold, silver, same as like if you're treating Ethereum as an asset and have holding power for the next some years or month, definitely you can have some of these Ethereum token around $3,000. The ecosystem that is built on Ethereum blockchain, it can be like compared with any other blockchain. Ethereum has around like a $380 billion market cap. That is massive and huge. There's multiple Ethereum L2 blockchains out there, like Scroll, Optimism, Base Chain, Polygon, Mental. There are many of the most popular blockchain out there which built on Ethereum L2 blockchain, right? And there is a huge ecosystem, DeFi system that is also built on Ethereum. So the overall ecosystem that is $380 ecosystem that is built on Ethereum, it's all powered by one coin, Ethereum coin. So definitely we can have some of the Ethereum coin. People are still underestimating Ethereum and they are just putting Ethereum with an ordinary altcoin, but it isn't. Currently trading around $3,083. Definitely we can have some of these uh, Ethereum token to in our portfolio. For the definitely we can have some of the Ethereum token. People are still underestimating Ethereum and they are just putting Ethereum with an ordinary altcoin, but it is currently trading around. Have a look on the Kucoin right now. If you guys haven't don't have any account on Kucoin, you can make one using that link given in the descriptions. If you sign up using that link, you'll get some sign up bonus plus some fee rebate. So definitely you can check out the link if you don't have a Kucoin account. In the live session, we have suggested some of these undervalued gem coin, which is definitely you can go with them. Coins like Ethereum, Solana, XMR, which is in private blockchain. Then we have talked about the perpetual DEX like the Astron, Hyperliquid, then the Sweet blockchain. There are many of the projects that have potential, but is still trading around their bottom price because of instability in the market, because of the uh, Bitcoin effect, because BTC is from last 3 months, it's continuously falling and it's manipulating all these altcoins. So definitely the coin which I suggested you, solid project, they all have a mature market cap plus a working product, and all of them serve an important purpose in the crypto, uh, in the Web3 and the blockchain. And the most important thing, all of them have a very good utility of the token. That is the most important thing, I think. The Web3 and blockchain. Most important thing, all of them have like that's the most important thing, I. Right now, if you have something to ask me, if you have any queries or questions, you can write down here on the YT Live. For the Bitcoin and BTC, we have already given you update what could next happen with the Bitcoin and the altcoin. For the BTCs, must hold about $90,000 in order to continue its journey toward $100,000. If it doesn't, the price might fall again toward like 85 to 85 $84,000, which is not going to go good for the altcoin, because most of them, around 90% of them, are already trading around their bottom price. So they're going to bleed more and more, which is not going to go good for their holders. So definitely should investment must have to hold above $90,000 in order to continue its journey toward $100,000. So let's see guys how it all happen. Currently I'm totally bullish on Bitcoin before it breaches 100K. It's going to accumulate between $90,000 to $92,000. A little bit of fall was expected because from January 1st to January 6th, Bitcoin was continuously going up. We haven't really saw any of bit fall. So the fall was expected. A bit of correction was much needed for a healthy market. I'm totally bullish on Bitcoin before it reaches 100K, going to accumulate between $90,000 to $92,000. A little bit of fall was expected because from January 1st to January 6th, Bitcoin was continuously going up. We haven't really saw any of it fall. So the fall was expected. A bit of correction is much needed for a healthy market. Let's move on to the next gem coin, which is going to be Uniswap. As I guess we have already talked about it. Let me have another look on Uni token. It's a native token of the Uniswap DEX, which is one of the, I guess, popular, one of the largest DEX out there. Currently trading around $5.4. Could be best pick to go for the long-term purpose. Could be best pick to invest for the long-term investment purpose. It's one of the largest crypto DEX out there. If you check out on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, you will find Uniswap always on top by their volume share, by their market share, by their volume, right? So yeah, definitely we can have some of these Uni token to in our portfolio. Projects like Uniswap are here to survive forever. We previously in the beer cycle, we saw Terra Luna, $1 billion company collapsing in just a single day. It's all like over for the company in just a single week. And there are fake projects. There are also fake projects. $1 billion companies went bankrupt in just a single bank in just a single week. But projects like the Uniswap, projects like Ethereum, Solana, they become part of the crypto. They are always here. They will be here always. They are not going anywhere. Or it's not easy for the unit token. Definitely, we can have some of the unit token to in our portfolio. Make sure to take it into part. But recently, it loses its support around $5.6. So price might come back at a little bit of drop, a little bit of fall toward like $5 could be expected, can happen. But if you want to invest for the long-term purpose, if you have holding for definitely a little bit of fall shouldn't really affect you on your portfolio. Let me have a look on this all again. For the Solana, it's trading between a price range between $145 to $120 from last 2 months. It's getting rejected at $145. It became a strong resistance for the Sol. It much needed to be break out from here with a huge volume, right? A Bitcoin gets stable between a price and on a level. Definitely, Solana could break out between that price range, and if any breakout happen here at around $145, definitely the price go up to like $170 between that price, and it doesn't have any of the resistance. So if any breakout happen there, the price will go up around like $172. So we can still keep eye on Solana. And definitely Bitcoin, it's a Bitcoin that manipulating all this market. It has 60% dominance over the all crypto market. So definitely we should watch our Bitcoin movement. It must have to hold about $90,000. If it doesn't, it could fall back toward like $85,000 to $84,000, and that is not going to go good for the altcoin because most of them are already trading around the bottom price. So if Bitcoin slips here, they will going to bleed more and more. So that is not going to go good for the, especially for the holders, especially for the low cap coin. Fall back toward like $85,000 to $84,000, and that is not going to go good for the altcoin because most of them are already trading around the bottom price. Right now, if you have something to ask me, have any question or queries, you can write down below in the comment section on the YT Live. If you have any, just write it down here. YT Live. If you have any, just write it down here. Let's just move on to the next project, which is going to be the Astra, which is a perpetual DEX, a leverage DEX. Let me have an Astra chart here. Adoption like the leverage DEX is rapidly increasing. Projects like the Hyperliquid, Lighter Astra are doing really great. Adoption of the kind of DEX is rapidly increasing. People moving on toward like a leverage DEX, right? They generate billions of dollar volume every day on that platform. So Astra is one of the largest perpetual DEX. You will always find Astra in the top 3 DEX by the volume wise. The other two top DEX is Hyperliquid and Hyperliquid and the Lighter DEX. Light recently released it token Light, but for the Astra, definitely we can have some of these Astra token too in our portfolio. It's also one of the largest and fastest growing perpetual DEX out there. They generate billions of dollar volume on that platform, and the most important thing, that adoption of the DEX is rapidly increasing. Users on that platform is rapidly growing. So the token has a great utility working product, an active team. That's what we all looking in our product. So for the Aster, it's a green signal, currently facing a bit of resistance around, faced a bit of resistance now, $28. It doesn't really have much history because it was recently listed on the most of the centralized exchanges. So it's totally moving on fundamentally. It doesn't really work out any of the technical analysis here. Definitely, we can have some of these Aster token too. It's one of the largest and fastest growing perpetual DEX out there. They offer leverage trade on that platform. So perpetual DEX like the Hyperliquid and Aster is rapidly increasing. So we can definitely have some of the Aster token currently trading around $0.7. Could be risky if Bitcoin doesn't hold at $90,000. Aster could fall back around $0.5. So if you have holding power, if you can take risks, definitely we can have entry in the Aster. Similar DEX, we have Hyperliquid, which is more like safer compared to the Aster because it has a mature market cap, plus it was listed around a year back. Let me show you on the 4-hour candle. It's Hype token, the Hyperliquid token, ID token of the Hyperliquid DEX. It's trading around like 24.34 cents. Definitely we can have some of these Hype token too in our portfolio. A year back, trading the 4-hour candle. It's Hype token, the Hyperliquid token, ID token of the Hyperliquid DEX. It's trading around like 24.34 cents. Definitely we can have some of these Hype token too in our portfolio. Yeah. So if you don't have any account on the Kucoin exchange, you can have one using the link on the description. If you sign up using that link, you can get a sign up bonus plus fee rebate. So if you don't have any account on Kucoin, you can have one using that link. Exchange. Sign up using that link. You can get a sign up bonus plus fee rebate. So if you don't have any account on Kucoin, you can have one using that link. For the Bitcoin and the Altcoin, we have already discussed about it. But if you have something to ask me, just write it down below in the comment box. Currently, BTC trading around $90,000 and 400. It must have to hold about 90,000 in order to continue its journey toward $100,000. So, what I think that it's going to accumulate between $90,000 to $92,000 before it reclaiming the $100,000 zone. The drop was like expected because from January 1st to January 6th, Bitcoin was continually and rapidly going up. So the bit of fall was kind of expected. So currently, it must have to hold at the $92,000, sorry, $90,000 in order to continue its journey toward $100,000. Even if it gets stable here between that price range, we're going to see a bit of recovery in the Altcoin. So it's all what we needed, Bitcoin stability. That way, the volume will chip toward Altcoin. The new investment goes into the Altcoin instead of Bitcoin. So the BTC dominance would automatically fall, and we could see a bit of recovery in the Altcoin. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is also too much high. It's around 60%, which is too high. And yeah, it's much needed to be dropped. Also, guys, if you don't have any account at the Kucoin exchange, you can have one using the link given into the description. If you sign up or trade using that link, you can get a free rebate. Plus, if you sign up using that link, you will get a sign up bonus. Coins which I also listed in this last session, coins all of them have mature market cap plus a working product into the project. So coins which I suggested in this last session, definitely you can watch out them, and all of them are worthy to invest. So it's all what we looking for: the Bitcoin stability. Bitcoin gets stability in a price and range or on a level. Once BTC gets stable, then we're going to see a massive upward rally into these altcoins. So definitely, it's worthy to go with to these coins. But I think that it's going to accumulate between $90,000 to $92,000 before it reaches at the $100,000 and continues journey upwardly. So uh, the drop was kind of expected because from January 1st to January 6th, Bitcoin was continuously going up $90,000 in order to continue its journey upward. For the hype coin, definitely we can have some of the hype token too in our portfolio, currently trading around 24 and 33 cents. And it have a bit of resistance around $28 to $29. Recently also it got rejected from here. Previously at that same level, the hype token got rejected. So it's a bit of resistance facing at $28. But definitely if you want to invest in for long-term purpose, if you're holding powers, the little bit of fall shouldn't really affect your portfolio. Coins like which are Stadium, Astro, Hyperliquid, these are the one of the largest perpetual DEX out there. They offers leverage trade on that platform. Adoption of these DEXs is rapidly increasing, and you will find these DEX always trading on the top by the market set by their volume wise. So they generate billions of dollar volume on that platform. So definitely it's worthy to invest in Hyperliquid and Astro. If you don't really want to take much risk, you can go with the Hypecoin instead of Astro, because Astro was recently listed. It's a kind of much volatile compared to the Hypecoin. Compared to their market cap, Hypecoin had around like a $8 billion market cap, where Astro has only $1.6 billion market cap. So yeah, uh, Astro would be kind of high risk, high reward which you can, but if you don't really want to take much risk, you can have entry in the Hypecoin, currently trading around 24.33 cents. For the Bitcoin, it must have to hold above $90,000. If it doesn't, that ain't gonna go good for the altcoin. If it fall from or slip from that support, Bitcoin is coming back at 84,000 to $85,000, which is not going to go good for the altcoin because most of them already trading around their bottom price. That will be a more bloodbath into the altcoin. The coin which I have suggested in you this live, coins like the Astro, Ethereum, Solana, Hyperliquid, XMR, Sui, Uni, all of them have like a mature market cap plus a working product. an active team, and the most important thing, that token utility. Also, they serve an important purpose in the Web3 space, in the blockchain. That's what matter for us. So definitely, all of them is worthy to invest into them. So make sure to take into part. Do not put all your portfolio as first. Bitcoin is currently trading around 90,000, $90,400. Uh, we must keep eye on Bitcoin because it is just taking all these altcoins with it. Because it has around 60% dominance over the market. So definitely it's going to manipulate all these altcoins. We should must keep eye on Bitcoin currently. For the hyperliquid, it's a green signal. Let me have another look on the sweet token. Sweet token, it's its own blockchain, was launched back in 2023, I guess. Currently trading around $1.8 on a support level between the 1.7 to $1.8. So definitely, it's also worthy to go with the sweet token too. A perfect breakout and a retest has happened. So if BTC gets stable here, we're going to see sweet token going upwardly around like $2.3 between that price, and it doesn't really have any of the resistance. So yeah, we can have some of the sweet token too in our portfolio. Make sure to take into part. Also, if you have something to ask me, just write it below in a YT live stream. Also, if you don't have any Kucoin account, you can have one using the link given into the description. If you sign up using that link, you will get a sign up bonus plus fee rebate while you're trading. So if you don't have one, you can create one using the link. Because Kucoin is FIU approved in India, so it's safe to use exchanges that are approved by FIU. Kucoin is approved by FIU and currently operating legally in India. So definitely, if you don't have account on Kucoin, you can have one. It's one of the largest uh, centralized exchange in the world. So definitely, you can have account on the Kucoin. So the sweet token we have already discussed about it, currently trading around $1.8. Could be a best time to accumulate some of the sweet token too. But we must keep eye on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doesn't hold about $90,000, there will be a massive drop toward $84,000 to $85,000, $84,000, which is not going to go good for the altcoin, because most of them, around 90% of them, around trading around their uh, lowest price at the bottom. And if it doesn't hold Bitcoin here at $90,000, there will be a more bloodbath in the altcoin. Definitely, we must keep eye on Bitcoin right now. For the sweet token, it's also a green signal. We can have some of this sweet token too, but make sure to take entry into part. Let me have a look on the Ethereum. Ethereum is also trading around $3,083. Also, guys, if you have something to ask me, just write it below in the comment section on the YT Live. If you have any question, inquiry, just write it in the comment section. Also, guys, if you don't have a Kucoin account, you can have one using the link. Also, the Kucoin is uploaded by FIU, operating in India legally, unlike the other exchanges. So it has the license to operate in India. So you won't face any problem accessing Kucoin using the exchange. So definitely you should use Kucoin over the other exchanges which are not really legally operating here in India. So yep. The jet case, we have already warned you about it for the jet case because it has already gave us enough return in the sum last time. Let me show you on the we have 4-hour chart here. Definitely see. Let me show you here. When it was trading around like 500, 600, we warned you guys that it has gave us already enough return, more than enough return in some last month. Let me show you. Have a price range here. So from the starting of the October 2025 to mid-November 2025, between 1.5 month, it has generated us like around 15x return. Right? Imagine, and just 1.5 month, it has gave us more than 15x return. People were still buying when the jet gas was trading around $600, $500. I warned you guys in my previous live session that do not make entry right now. It's trading around its all-time high. It has already generated more than enough profit, so it won't worth it. It's too much risky to go with the jet gas right now. So the drop was totally expected. If any of our experience at crypto, they would have known that there will be a massive drop could happen with it. So also, if you don't have any account on the KuCoin, you can have one using the link given in the descriptions. The KuCoin is operating in India legally. They have FIU registered, FIU licensed. Also, they are one of the largest centralized exchanges out there in the world. Definitely, you can have account on the KuCoin. It's safe to trade. The exchanges that are legally operating in India are FIU registered, so KuCoin would be a best choice to go with. For the Bitcoin, we have already talked about, currently trading around $90,400. It must have to hold above $90,000 in order to continue its journey upwardly toward $100,000, toward $110,000. If it doesn't hold at $90,000, the price might drop toward $84,000 to $86,000, which is not going to go good for the altcoin because all of them, around 90% of them, are already trading around their bottom price, around their lowest price. So there will be a more bloodbath into the altcoin market. So it must have to hold at the $90,000. For the Ethereum, if you want to invest in a long-term purpose, definitely you can take entry around $3,000. It is one of the safest altcoin out there. Ethereum has around $380 billion market cap. That's a massive and huge. And there is a huge ecosystem that is built on Ethereum blockchain, and it's all powered by one coin, Ethereum coin. So definitely we can have entry into Ethereum. To make sure to take entry into part, do not put all your portfolio at once, right? It's best to take entry into part and not investing all your portfolio at once. Right now, if you have something to ask me, have a question or query, just write it down below in the comment section. I'm here to answer any of your queries you have. For the Ethereum, it seems facing volume crisis, right? These polio candles form when a coin facing volume crisis, a coin which has low volume. So definitely Ethereum, for the short term, it doesn't really look good. It could come back at $3,000, but if you want to invest for the long term purpose, if you want to invest for the long term purpose, like same as you invest in the real estate, definitely you can go with the Ethereum right now at the 3,000 up. 3,000 price would be best time to pick Ethereum coin. For the Bitcoin, we have already talked about you guys trading around $90,400, which should must keep eye on Bitcoin. If it doesn't hold above $90,000, the price might fall back to like $84,000 to $86,000, so which is not gonna go good. For the Jatcast, we have already talked to you about. It has gave us more than enough return in some last 1.5 month. People were still buying when it was trading around that. It's near all-time high, which wasn't really a good decision. So uh, the fall was kind of expected into Zcash. Why? Because let me show you here. It has generated somewhere around 15x return in just 1.5 month from October of this starting 2025 to mid-November 2025. Between 1.5 month, it has generated more than 16x return when Zcash was trading around their all-time high. People were buying, so that it was kind of not worthy to invest, and it's a too much high risk to invest in a coin which is trading around its all-time high. Zcash has gave us more than enough return in just 1.5 month. It generated us 15x return, 16x return, which was more than enough. We have already told you guys in my previous session that we should avoid Zcash right now. It's already too high, gave us more than enough return, and it's time to move on to the other projects like the Ethereum, which haven't really pumped but has huge potential. Coins like the Solana, uh, the coins like the XMR, which is on Bright blockchain, coins like the Kucoin, it has its own blockchain. Then we have Astro and Typecoin, which they offer leverage trade on platform. Many of the projects which has potential but trading around lower price, so it it's the best strategy to invest into them, which has a working product and active uh, team that serve important purpose in the crypto space, Web3, blockchain, and the most important thing, token utility. If the token has any utility or not, yeah, definitely. All of them which I have suggested, all of these projects which I have suggested in the live session, all of them have a great utility of their projects. Sorry, their tokens have working product and active team. That's what we all looking into a project. So for the Ethereum, definitely we can have some of the Ethereum around $3,000 if you want to invest for the long term purpose. Right now, if you have something to ask me, you can write it here on the our write stream. Have query your questions, you can write it down here. Before we end today's live session, if you don't have a account on the Kucoin, we all know Kucoin is legally operating in India. They have registered, they are FIU registered. So uh, it's the best to use exchanges which is legally operating in India plus FIU registered, and they are fully operating in India, right? So available on the App Store and Google Play Store. Also, if you sign up using the link given in the description, you will get sign up bonus plus fee rebate. So if you don't have account on the Kucoin, you can have one using the link. For the Bitcoin, we have already talked about you. It's trading around $90,000. It must have to hold above $90,000 in order to continue its journey upwardly around $100,000. So definitely we can keep eye on Bitcoin because it's the Bitcoin that's manipulating all these altcoins. It's not Bitcoin falling and going up. It's taking all these altcoins with it because Bitcoin has around 60% dominance over the market. Yeah, it's definitely that's why it manipulate the altcoin. So we must have to keep eye on Bitcoin currently trading around $90,000. If it doesn't hold at $90,000, we're going to fall back around 94 to $96,000, which is not going to go good for the altcoin because all of them around trading around the lowest price. So for the Ethereum, definitely if you want to invest for the long term purpose, if you have holding power, you can have some of these Ethereum around $3,000. Could be a best pick, could be a best accumulation zone we have got. For short term period, it could come back at $3,000 if BTC drops below $90,000. So Ethereum will definitely going to follow up Bitcoin. So before we end today's live session, if you don't have a Kucoin account, you can have one using the link given into the description box. If you sign up using the link, you will get a sign up bonus plus a fee rebate. Also, if you don't know, Kucoin operating in India legally, they are registered, FIO registered, and there are just few exchanges just operating in India legally and FIO registered. Kucoin is like one of them. So if you don't have account on Kucoin, you can have one using the link. Also, there are some fee rebate plus sign up bonus for you guys. So if you don't have, you can have one using the link. We'll try to do continuous session live session here on the YT stream. If you don't, if you are new on the channel, if you haven't to subscribe my channel, you can do so. You doesn't miss any of our further streams. For the Bitcoin, we have already talked to you about it. Currently trading around $90,300. We must keep eye on. If Bitcoin doesn't hold above $90,000, it's going to fall back toward like $94,000 to $96,000. And that is not going to go good for the altcoin because all of them, around 90% of them, already trading around the lowest price at the bottom price. And it doesn't hold above that, they will going to more bloodbath in the market. For the Ethereum, definitely a good time to accumulate some of the Ethereum coin, currently trading around $3,080. Could be a best pick for the long-term investment. So currently it's all depends on Bitcoin. If it can get stable, there will be a recovery in the $92,000, and then it will continue its upward journey toward $100,000. So the drop was kind of expected because from January 1st to January 6th, Bitcoin or BTC was continuously going upwardly. So a little bit of fall was kind of expected. Right now, it's the coin which I have suggested with you guys in this live session, coins like Ethereum, Solana, have like a solid projects. All of them have a great utility of the token, a working product, an active team. The most important thing they serve. But we must keep eye on Bitcoin. If it must have to hold above 90,000 also. That's all for today's live, guys. Also, a bonus plus fee rebate. Also, Kucoin is operating RFI registered. Kucoin is one of them. So if you don't have